Hi everybody, it's Shelly again. I'm back with another very eventful week. I'm sorry, I'm a little sick. The weather, we just got back from Las Vegas. We took the kids to the Excalibur Hotel. We had so much fun. I was able to get it at a really crazy price, and it was last minute, so I was really excited about that. And so we just got back, and the change of weather, it was really cold out there compared to Arizona. So I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, and I can't afford to be sick because next week is going to be a crazy week for me. I will be interviewing for 3 airlines. So I'm a little stressed out. It is the holidays, New Year's Eve is coming up, and so it's really important to kind of focus. And I know I've been applying to a lot of airlines, not thinking that, obviously you want to stay positive, but you never know how that's going to come out. Out of 5 applications, you may get 1, you may get 2, and then you kind of make the decision as to which airline is better for you. And so, with this said, I want to tell you guys about what happened this past week and what is happening next week. And so, let's get started. All right. So let me start by saying that my last video was about SkyWest, and shortly after I made the video, I had Mesa send me an email thanking me for submitting a video, and they wanted to do a group interview. So I was all excited, but I was a little confused because I did not understand how it worked. Now, I'm used to either doing a video online, just like I'm doing with you, and I'm also used to going in person and being interviewed. Now, this was a little different. It was talking about how it's a group interview but online, and I was just kind of like, how does that even work? I tried to do some research online and I couldn't understand, and I couldn't find any information about it, so I figured I would do a video and explain to you guys a little bit about the process. So I received an email shortly after I did the video. So I don't have the dates, but I might just post them right up here below or down in the description to show you my timeline prior to getting my face-to-face. And so I applied online. I did a video just like I'm doing right now. They were asking questions, I believe it was. I'm not quite sure because I'm doing a lot right now and I'm just kind of forgetting. So that's why I gotta do these videos so I remember. And then after that, I submitted my video, and I believe I heard from them like literally a week or 2 afterwards. So it was very quick. The process was very fast. And then I got an email saying, we are scheduling you for this date and this time, and make sure that you are available, and we will schedule you also for face-to-face afterwards. I was kind of confused. I thought I was going to do a video online and then kind of like an hour later drive myself to the face-to-face, but wasn't the case. So what they meant is that you go on their website, you are with 10, 20, 30 people online. I'm not kidding. It was very surprising to me, the process. It's some kind of I think it was called Zoom, Z-O-O-M. It is an app where you can chat with more than one person at one given time. So I did not know what to expect, but I just went with it and listened to the instructions and did it online. And I know I was having trouble because I have an Apple, and what is it, like an Apple notebook, and for some reason I used a Safari and it was not compatible with their system, so I had to go like Google Chrome, I believe. And so that gave me kind of a hard time. But you have to make sure that if they tell you got to be online at 7 a.m., you have to be online at 7 a.m. Not 7:02, not 7:01, 7 a.m. So I remember my call time was really early, so I woke up early, got ready. Remember, you got to look professional. So I had my hair up and I had my suit on, my jacket, tried to look as professional as I could. And then at like 6:59, literally, I started going online, and then it gave me problems, and I started panicking, and I'm like, oh my God, Safari doesn't work. How long is it gonna take me to get to the Google thing? So I stressed out for nothing because it actually worked itself out, because I had done another interview and I was able to copy and paste whatever was in Safari and paste it onto the Google Chrome, and it worked out. So thankfully it just took a minute. So I was right on time. So predict that. make sure that you think about that before. So if you want to go online, go maybe 5 minutes prior to, make sure you have no technical difficulty. You don't want to be late. So I got online and all I see is a bunch of people. And I'm like, hi everybody. So I could see one here, one there, one there, one here. So it's pretty cool. And it kept on fluctuating. So sometimes you would see me and then I would disappear and you would see someone else, but then you'd see them all over. So it's kind of a cool app. I did it on my laptop. I didn't do it on my phone. I don't trust my phone to do those things. Sometimes the image won't crop properly, and I don't know. Sometimes I've heard a lot of technical issues with people using their cell phones, so I would definitely suggest to use your laptop if you have one. If not, borrow one. It is so worth it. You don't want to be in the middle of an interview on your cell phone and things go wrong. So anyhow, so let me get back to it. So we were online. I don't see anyone like a recruiter or anything. I just see people. So they started chatting because when I joined, there was already people chatting. So I didn't know you could join way before. I thought you had to join the minute of your interview. So I joined, I started chatting with people. Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and everybody was really nice. And we kept doing that for about 5 minutes, maybe 8 tops. And then all of a sudden we hear a voice, and it's this really fantastic lady. She was a sweetheart. She was telling us where she was from, and she was actually videotaping from a room. I could see the curtains in the back. So she was just doing it comfortably from her home, which kind of made me feel more relaxed. It wasn't like a professional office setting. And so already there, I remember taking a deep breath. I was very nervous. You know, obviously it's an interview. You get nervous for interviews. And then I started, we just got quiet, and then she said, I will tell you a little bit about the company, and if you have some questions, let me know afterwards. So she talked about the pay, she talked about training, and as she was talking, there was like images. So she would post images, you would see what she was talking about. So if they were talking about jets, then you would have a picture of the jet that you'd be flying on as a flight attendant, and how many seats there are, and so on and so forth. So that was really fun. And then we got to see her again, and then she said, all right, I will be sending you some documentation via email. You need to open it and fill it out, and then I will get back to you in an hour or 2 with your call time for your face-to-face. So I don't know if she picks who she wants to do face-to-faces with right away, or everybody gets a face-to-face. So I wasn't clear about that. I don't know if everybody that was online gets one, or if she just kind of selects who she wants. So I remember we shut the browser. If we had questions, we asked. So when you do talk, people talk at the same time as you, so you kind of have to like wait your turn, you know. This is a different process than everything that I've ever done, but it's interesting. You know, it saves time. You're comfortable at home. You don't have to go for an interview, and I think the outcome is the same, really. You just don't see the whole body. You kind of see this. But other than that, they want to know what's in here more than what's in here, obviously. So I remember I went back to my room, and I was looking for the email, which I received right away. I filled it out, I submitted it, and then literally I received another link like 5 seconds before my interview, because she had told me, I think your interview will be at around 10. So our initial group interview was at 7 a.m., which lasted about an hour. And then my face-to-face was at like 10. So I was anxious in the house. I remember it was early morning, and I was just like pacing, and how come I'm not getting it? I finally get it, and it's like literally before 10 o'clock. Actually, after 10 o'clock, because she had told me yours is going to be approximately at around 10, but you may get the link a little later, and I got it after 10, I remember. So I was panicking because I was already ready. My laptop was open. I was waiting for that email. Bing, the email comes in. I click on the, pardon me. I click on the link. I get online, and there she is. I was like 10, probably 10 at that point. So she apologized for being late because she had other people she needed to interview. As she looked online and she found my email that I had filled out, there was some question. I'm trying to remember. Just main questions about, you know, I don't remember. I'd have to look back. I apologize. But so she's like, well, let me know if you're ready. And I said yes. And then she started with the questions. And obviously I can't discuss the question with you guys. I wish I could. It's just something you don't do, especially if you get a CJL. and then you kind of divulge all the answers. I think they are able to revoke your CJO, which means contingent job offer, and I would not want for that to happen to me or anyone. So I'm gonna keep that confidential. So all I wanna say to you is study the airline, look online, follow their social media. They always post what's new with the airline. Definitely that's my biggest suggestion. Just keep current with them, read about it, and read about their training. So if ever they ask you questions about that, then you're ready. And so, I think there's someone, is anybody here? Anyways, so I think somebody's coming in the room and coming out now. Okay. And so once you're done with that, I remember she asked me, do you have any questions? Because they always ask you that. Make sure you have a question or two. Just if it means just asking about the company, asking about the training, just show that you're involved. It's really important to have a question. I think it shows interest, and it shows that you want to grow with the company, and you're inquisitive and you're interested, and I think that kind of it works with you, not against you. So have a question in mind. And then when you're done, and she told me, she goes, you'll hear from me in a few weeks, and I wish you good luck. And are you free, if you were to get picked, are you free next month? So next month, meaning like in 3 to 4 weeks, actually 3 weeks. So she's like, let me know, because I have 2 dates in January, and we just want to make sure that everybody's free if we do pick them. So I remember telling her yes, but I would take the later date. And so I felt like I contradicted myself, because she's like, are you free for training? I'm like, yes. And she's like, would you start like now? And I'm like, yes. And then she's like, well, I have 2 dates in January. And I'm like, well, I'll take the latest one. So I was like, oh gosh, why did I say that? Here I am going, yeah, I'm ready. And then no, I'm not. But I have a lot of things to think about. Obviously, my mom needs to fly down and babysit the kids while I'm in training. And it's a whole life-changing thing. And when you're in training, I think you're in training for 3.5 weeks with Mesa, if you do get it. And training would be in Phoenix, which is probably an hour away from me, which is not bad. But she recommended that if I did pick that I would not come home, just because of the drive home. I could be stuck in traffic. Or she said, I want you to have the experience of a group study. So you want to be there. You don't want to come home by yourself. You kind of want to be with the group all the time. So I would be lodged. And I remember reading that you needed a lot of money to go for training, because they don't pay for your training. If they do give you something, it'll be at the end of training, way after, like a month after you graduate, and it's very minimal. It's not much if they do pay you. I don't recall that as well. I mean, it's been a little while now since the Mesa Airline interview, so I don't remember. And so, yeah, so I hang up. I spoke with her. I asked the questions, and then she asked me if I was available. I said yes. I said that it would be the 2nd week of January, because I had some, I have some planning to do with my kids and whatnot. And then I said thank you, and she said thank you, and we smiled, and it was relaxed, and she was very sweet, and I hung up. And that's it. Now as far as if I heard back from them, I don't know if I should be at the liberty to say, just because there's a lot of things that go into play when you get your CGO, or when you don't. I know a lot of the companies don't like you to talk about them. They don't like you, especially on videos and whatnot. So I'd rather not say. I know it's kind of aggravating, because I remember watching videos on YouTube, and I'm always wondering, so did you get it? Did you not get it? Did you get it? And nobody really says. And there's a reason for that. Like I said, when you get yours, you'll understand. You just want to be as private as possible, and you want to respect the company that you're working for. So just me doing these videos kind of give you an insight of what the interview is all about. Obviously, I don't divulge the questions, but I kind of like let you know what my questions were, because I remember I could not understand how the process was. So hopefully the process will help you. And as far as, like I said, my CJO, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. But let's just say that it was an overall positive experience. It's a different experience. Like I said, everybody's online at the same time. It's a more relaxing experience. It is a regional. Mesa, is a regional, so which means smaller planes. They do fly for the major airlines. And then what else can I tell you about that experience? And there was actually a person in that interview that I knew, lived locally, and she used to model with me, and we did a lot of TV shows together. And so it's funny how she was there, she didn't recognize me because I had my hair up and I looked like a professional. And I was like, hey, you remember me? And she was like, oh my God, you were like wanting to be a flight attendant too? And I'm like, yes. So we're kind of like, it's funny because she's interviewing, I'm interviewing, she gets a, you know, she gets a face-to-face, I'm getting a face-to-face. So we're kind of like, it's funny how we're like almost parallel with everything. But so far I've done, let me see here. So I've done Compass, and I've done, I don't know if I talked about Compass. Oh, you know what? That's going to be my next video. So I've done Mesa, which I've spoke to you about. Compass will be my next video, so stay tuned. And also SkyWest. So make sure to check. You can either click on my links below. If not, go to my videos and look for SkyWest and the experience that I had with face-to-face with SkyWest. So I have another 3 interviews next week with 3 different other airlines. Wish me good luck. They do involve me flying, so they are mainline airlines. And so I'm really excited about those. It opens a lot of doors. Regional, if they're local, it's a little smaller than the large airlines. And so keep an eye on those videos, and I hope that video helped you. I hope to see you in the skies soon, and good luck everybody. Love you. And keep going. Follow your dreams. Don't let any negativity get to you. And just keep going. Be positive. Keep going. It is a hard process. It is hard. Trust me. And I will tell you about my hardship that I had this week. It was not it was not a good week for me. It was very stressful. So I am human too. You know, I might be doing these videos and smile, but you know, I do have my ups and downs as well. So stay positive, and you got this. Get your wings. All right. See you in the skies. Bye.